Dr. Reddy's Laboratories has reported a steady 9.8% revenue growth in the second quarter of FY26, led by strong momentum in branded markets and new product launches. However, margins have come under some pressure, and the US business continues to face pricing challenges. To discuss the company's growth strategy, performance outlook, and key pipeline developments, including the GLP-1 portfolio, I'm joined by MV Ramanath, CEO, Branded Markets, India and Emerging Markets. Welcome to the show, Ramana. Thank you so much for joining us today. And let me begin by asking you that what are the key growth drivers for Dr. Reddy's in FY26, given the mixed performances across geographies?
So if you see what's been happening from a growth perspective, we have most of the geography. So India, emerging markets, Europe, as well as API, they're all growing in double digits. And as a consequence of that, the overall growth of the company is close to 10%. That I think is driven by the fact that we consistently work on how we grow the base business. But what are the other elements? The second, I think, is also in terms of how we are looking into the containment of the cost, or the increase in the cost should be lesser than the growth as far as the sales is concerned. And this is a consistent process. We continue to focus on that. The third is important launches that are coming up, which is Semaglutide, followed by Abatacept. And the fourth, of course, is what could be the BD opportunities that we could bring in, whether it is in India or in emerging markets, or for that matter, even in consumer health. So we should be focusing on these four and continue to grow the base business in double digits.
Okay, if we look at the numbers, the company has posted over 9% revenue growth this quarter, but margins, we are seeing that they have softened. So how do you see the balance between growth and profitability in the coming quarters?
So as I told you, the aspiration is to grow the base business by double digit. And in order to do that, we said that we aspire for about 25% EBITDA. You could have some variation quarter on quarter, and that is kind of expected depending on some of the product launches. But overall, the opportunity to go after a double-digit growth is possible when we are able to continue to invest both in terms of the new product as well as the sales and marketing expenses, and to look at a 25% EBITDA. That's what we are working towards.
So when we speak about the US market, it saw a double-digit decline due to the pricing pressures and lower Lenalidomide sales. So what is the roadmap to revive growth in your largest market?
Both. I think when it comes to US market, one is to look at how we would be able to contain the cost, increase the market share of the existing product so that we're able to grow what we have. Second is the new launches. And third is some of the important launches coming up, including Abatacept. So these would be our focus. And as a consequence of all of these coming together, we should aspire for a single-digit growth in the US.
Okay, so Europe has also become a significant contributor post the NRT acquisition. So would you continue to look at similar portfolio expansions globally?
We will continue to be open. As I said, when it comes to consumer health, we continue to be open for these opportunities, whether it is in Europe or outside of Europe.
As you mentioned about the GLP-1 portfolio, if you can share some more details with our viewers, what is the pipeline like? What is the current status? And what are the timelines? And which markets would you be targeting?
Sure. See, in terms of the GLP opportunities, the earliest of the opportunities to take this product into the market would be for Sema. And post that, you have the other GLPs coming in. From an R&D perspective, we are obviously developing all the important GLPs. In terms of the Sema opportunity, there are two kinds of, let's say, countries that can accept a dossier without a COPP. We have filed in all of those markets. And then there are certain countries where they accept the dossier only when the COPP is available. As and when that is available, we will take the dossier into those markets. We're having conversations with the various regulatory authorities where we've already put in our dossiers, And as the patent expiry happens in India, we expect to take these products into the respective markets based on the IP landscape. So you should see the semaglutide being the first GLP-1 that would hit the markets as and when the patent would expire.
How do you see the Indian market? India is a huge market. There are a lot of obese people here, and the problem is rising day by day. How do you see the Indian market going forward? How lucrative it is, and how do you see the sales and response to the drugs? Considering in FY26 the patents are expiring for semaglutide. How do you see the market going forward for the domestic pharmaceutical companies?
The point that you just spoke about, the need for such kind of products in India, I think is evident from how the innovators are able to grow their products today. As and when the generics would come in, based on the accessibility of the price, I do expect a significant expansion of the market in order to manage not only the diabetes but other comorbidities that exist. So, in my view, I think considering the disease burden in India, this is a good product, and the companies and Dr. Reddy's would strive to ensure the access of this product to as many patients as possible.
Are you looking at some partnerships or collaborations with the companies who are already making these drugs to distribute them in India?
So at this point of time, we are not looking for collaboration with the companies that have already launched the product in the market, but we do expect to bring semaglutide, and we'll continue to look for partnerships on how we might get semaglutide more accessible to more number of patients in India.
Okay, so what is the outlook for your company in the next quarters in the next fiscal?
So we continue to focus on these four elements, as I said, and the aspiration is to have a double-digit growth and continue to work on the EBITDA margins, and that's the focus as we go along.
If you can share about the research and development part of it, and how will be the capital allocation will be done going forward?
So in terms of the research and development, what we have been able to do is actually today Dr. Reddy's has a platform in which we are present in not only US but most important countries in Europe as well as 45 emerging markets. So Dr. Reddy's is, let's say, a company that has a platform to sell a product globally in about 70 meaningful markets, apart from some of our partner markets, which we do through our API partners. So if in that sense today, a lot of our R&D is focused in developing global products. So any product that we pick up for US or Europe, we're able to leverage it into all of these markets. So the idea is to ensure that we would be first to market in the products which are the standard of care and ensure that they are accessible at the same quality from the facilities across all of these markets.
Well, thank you so much for those insights.
Thank you.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.